Hello everybody, and hopefully we're on the stream at the moment. We'll just check, make sure it's all going fine. And just going to check the live stream here, or maybe just zooming up here. It's been probably a few weeks since I did a live stream, maybe a week and a half or something like that. So welcome to the AXION channel live stream here. And I'm just going to check that it's running well. Looks like I've got a old thumbnail there, so I might just change that. Hope everyone's having a good time. Obviously, we've got a bit of a market pullback going on at the moment, so we'll see where that leads us, and we'll go for gold. Got 6 people watching, so welcome everybody, and it's good to be back. And I hope we're going to have a good little session here. Going to have a little look around at what the wrapped Bitcoin dividends you can earn in the upcoming AXION venture capital auctions. So hopefully this will be helpful to some of you out there who are not as familiar with some of the features. So we've got a calculator here from the community, and it looks pretty cool. So we're going to go through this, and I'll leave the link in the description. You can check that out, obviously, as well. So we're going to check that out. So we'll just wait for a few more people to jump on board. Let yourself be known in the chat, and let us know how things are going, whether you've been mowing in to buying a bit more AXION at these cheap prices, 0.0002. Obviously, when you want to pick up a lot of good stuff, you buy it when it's cheap, right? You buy it when it's cheap. And with the VCA coming up pretty shortly, all of that's about to say goodbye, in my opinion. So looking forward to that indeed. So here we are. We've got the a calculator here for BTC dividends calculator. You can see that in the top left, and we're going to go through a few scenarios of what you might be able to earn. And so this is how much wrapped Bitcoin dividends can you earn in the upcoming AXION venture capital auctions. Obviously, any financial estimation is based on a number of variables, and all those variables can change. In this case, we're going to look at the current price. You can see on here, cell A11, and you basically type in the current AXION price, the percentage owned, the type of percentage you own. So that's the amount of shares that you own, not the amount of AXION that you own. You can find it in the AXION.today sheet. So we're going to go have a look at that. We're going to go through a couple of examples. You got the venture auction value per week. Type in the venture auction price per week. So we're going to do that as well. So here's the value. So obviously we're going to have 2 billion AXION per week to start with. Now that's going to change proportionally to the AXION current price over time. But what they're going to try and do is increase the value of that pool in proportion to the price. So they're going to try and see what the maximum is. So if you haven't seen the AXION Today show, you'll see that Punky Brewster has a nice cover on the latest video about the economics of the VCA and AXION in the long run, and also deflation, to manage the inflation side with deflation. So you'll see that as well, and pretty cool. So we're going to get straight into it now. And you can see how on the default I've got 0.01. I've got the price at 0.02 here. Let's have to see. Obviously the price is 0.023. Let me just put another 0 in there. 0.123 to 03 at the moment is the current price. So if you had 1%, so this is representing 1%, then you would get $34.54 in total DIS per week, given the auction's going to start with 2 auctions, 1 billion each, twice a week. So that's why there's 2 billion in this top left corner. Current price we've put in at 0.0002. Obviously, as price rises, this is going to get bigger, and the percentage owned is, we're assuming, is 0.01. This just is an arbitrary thing. So a whale might own this much. A whale that owns billions of AXION may have staked for 5,555 days and have a decent percentage. I've seen whales with 1.5% and so forth, that sort of amount. So gives you an idea. The total DIS per week, that would be $34.51 based on these assumptions. Obviously, this is not future advice, but this is an indication of what you might be able to earn. Total DIS per month, $147.90. total does per year 1,794.52, and the current price is, so that's a percentage of 0.01. Obviously, let me just do this, do the reconciliation. Okay, I can't do that on here. Let me just jump back to the spreadsheet, and I'm just going to do a quick math calculation off the line. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 2 gives us 400. Alright, so we're going to put in here 1, and that's going to give us 3, 1. So if we put in here 100, 3, 4 does per week, so it's probably the 1 there. So if they had, for a while, had 1%, that would be $3,451 per week. That seems more right. So just had to double check that. Sometimes when they use percentages, they don't use the percentages properly. So it's good to see that. So here is 1% owned, for example. That would give them $3,451 per week, and what's initially going to be wrapped Bitcoin. And we've got total divs per week. So basically 10% was going to go back to the people that enter the VCA auctions, that's the venture capital auctions, and 85% is going to go back to stakers. And obviously you have to have your staking address registered. So if you're doing new stakes, they will be automatically registered. If you've got existing stakes, you need to get your account registered on the staking platform. And it's best to do that when the gas fees are low. Typically Sunday's a really good day for that. So here we are, 1% owned, we're assumed. So that's a pretty awesome return per year, 180,000. Now, let's go and have a quick look at what it says here is percentage you owned you can find in the AXION today. So what we're going to do is jump to the AXION today. We're going to look at some here. So here's one with someone with 3,700. They just staked for 5,055 days. So we're going to go to their wallet on the dashboard. We can see that they have other stakes as well. So they've got 17 million staked, 290,000 liquid. It's just some random account. The total shares they own is 0.01%. So we're going to go put that in. We're going to put in that amount. So let's go to the calculator and put in 0.0167. And so that person's going to look at getting $57.63 per week. And basically that's based on $400,000. If we multiply this VCA 2 billion times the price, obviously if the price goes up, then that dramatically increases. So let's just change that to 4. Let's say the price doubles, then their divs per week will be $113 in wrapped Bitcoin. Total divs per month $486. Total divs per year $5,905, and so forth. So that's what it is. So basically you have to put in the current price, which is this one here, and then you have to put in the percentage you owned, the current price, which is this one in the middle here, percentage you owned on the right here, and then the VC auction per price it's here per week, which is 2 billion at the start with. So that's going to change proportion to the price. So hopefully that's cool. Let's go look at another example, and we're going to go back to activity. I'm going to check out another example here. So this is indicative returns. Obviously there's various variables, the price, the amount of in the auction, the amount that's actually purchased in the auction. Lots of features like that, and the share rates and all the stuff when you get the your share percentage. So let's have another look at another one. So this one here's got 1,500. So let's go check this one out and see what this person can reasonably expect. Well, it looks like that's the similar one there, so we're going to jump to there. Oh, they've also got other amounts, so these people have got other amounts, so we're going to try and get someone that's got a little bit different amount staked at the moment, and just give an indication. This one's got 1,500. For 5,555 days. I'm not sure if this one was one of the ones we actually checked on. Yeah, it was. So I'm going to get rid of these two accounts. I'm going to go check again, and this gives us just a good indication. We'll look for another one that's staked for 5,555 days. The reason why I'm looking at that period is because that's going to give you the maximum shares. So we're going to have a quick look at that. This one did 5 million for 15 years. So we'll just go check that was 4 hours ago. And well, they've got 18 point. I think I might have already checked on that one. So easy trap for early players. Let's go a bit further down to try and find someone that we haven't seen. This one's got a small amount, 1378, so 1.3 million for 5,000 for 55 days. Let's check that out. So that's their total amount that they've got. So they're a fish size. And they've got 0.00132. So let's go plug that in the calculator. Let's make sure we do that right. This can be a little bit fidgety. 132. So hopefully that updates. We've had a little bit of a. Oh, I see that's all deleted. Who knows why that just suddenly deleted? And let's go 0.00132. So they're going to get recently $9 per week, $38.47 per month, and total divs per year $466.75, which is pretty good. 460, 465. That excludes obviously AXION and other divs that they're going to get. So it's just about their VCA auction, wrap Bitcoin. And obviously altcoins are going to come into play and all sorts of stuff like that. So that's I'm not sure how they're handling that at this stage. Leave it in the chat if you've actually heard anything about that. That'd be interesting to know. And so they're a fish, and what's their value at the moment? $282. So that's a pretty awesome return based on that figure there, 466. So pretty neat. Looks like not quite 200%, but pretty good. Your average stake length 15.22 years, average stake amount. So that's a pretty good investment by them that they can expect to get. So that's how that works, and let's have a quick look. We're going to jump to the AXION staking platform. Now on the AXION staking platform there is an axioncalculator.com, so you can actually go to that. That should be in video descriptions in any of the videos on this channel. You can find the staking platform, this one here, just using the referral link, but that will bring you to this page. Click on the staking tab and you can get the axioncalculator.com. Once you've clicked that, obviously we've got the current share rate here, 1.0993, so obviously the earlier you stake, the better. The longer you stake, the better. So not only do you get the VCA dividends and wrap Bitcoin, but you will get the big paydays as well. Obviously, if you haven't, if you've got existing stakes and you haven't registered, you need to register your wallet. And then the best idea is to do that when the gas fees are lower at the moment. So let's have a quick look, jump and see what those are at the moment, and we'll jump back to that. So in any case, this is the staking calculator at the moment. So I don't believe, I'm not sure if it's been updated for the 50 billion that was paid out. You can see 50 billion has been added to the big paydays to increase the incentive for longer staking as well. So people are going to get more AXION as well. So the wrap Bitcoin and AXION price likely to just keep booming up. So pretty cool. So let's quickly look at those gas prices again. Hopefully that will pop up this time. And let's see how that goes. So there we are. So gas price, it keeps bouncing off that 100 gwei at the moment. We did have this freakish period, which I missed unfortunately, where we even went down to 1 gwei. Can you believe it? So it makes extremely cheap gas, and it actually lasted a fairly amount of time. So what's that? That lasted from 10:30 through to 1:15. Can you believe it? So I'm not sure what that caused that. Just a complete fall off of demand, and there we are. For an extended period of time, you could have staked and unstaked and all sorts of stuff, registered your address at a cheap, very cheap gwei. But now it's back to normal, bouncing off this 100 gwei. That's where we're at the moment. So, but you do need to get this registered wallet for venture capital auctions if you've got stakes that you've got existing. So this address has not completed VCA registration or to receive VCA divs. Your current active stakes, you must register your wallet. Alternatively, any stake, unstake, or max share upgrade from now on will automatically complete this action. All right, so if you've got existing stakes, you need to do that to capture the auction divs. So that's important to know. So there we go, and let's go to the AXION calc. So a good way to work out your shares if you've so what we've been doing with these ones here, you can go through and check other people's activity and see what they might get to give you an idea of how much you will get in the Bitcoin calculator. Obviously, let's do one more before we jump to the calculator. We'll just jump back down there and let's find someone. Let's find a slightly bigger whale. Pick someone with a bigger account. let's try this person here, 26.8 million. That's $5,500. So that's a pretty decent investment. And that's for 5,000. That's 7 hours ago. Let's go check that person out. And there we are. So they've actually got a few more other stuff there, 29.4, and they've got 0.0285. So let's go plug that in. And 0.0285. And so they're looking at $193.80 per week based on, well, we doubled the price, didn't we? So let's take that back. Once again, you can change the assumptions and it will change the outcome. So let's assume that the current price, they're looking at $96.90 with that percentage, and dividends 415 per month, 5,000 per year. So it gives you a nice, interesting play out there. Let's have a quick jump to see if we can go back, and I'm just trying to find. I'm going to look for someone with a very large one. This person's got 50 million. They may have more, so we'll just go through and check that. So hopefully this is somewhat helpful to people that are, so it's 36 million. I think I'm not sure if we looked at that one. Don't think we did. Let's quickly check that one. And okay, so they're pretty decent size. They're a shark. They got 0.26%. That's a good one. We want to look at that one. So we're going to type in 0. Oh, we've got a problem there. And I'll try that again. 0.26. I think that's what they had. So what's that? 26228. Let's be accurate. 228. Boom. So they're currently looking at $891.75 per week. So whether they got their 60,400 invested, they also have 4 million liquid. So this is the stuff that's staked, and that's the stuff that's got shares. So that's pretty neat. They've already accrued $3,500. Interest realized $326. So their average length is 10.71 years. We can see that they own 1 billion shares, so it's a pretty good space to be. And we can go check down. We can already see what they're earning in their AXION, daily AXION here, which is pretty cool. And we're going to jump to their active stakes that they've got. So they've got this big one. Oh, they've got a couple of big ones now. So they've probably increased the amount that they're staking for 15 years. So got 36 million AXION here, 21 million, 103 million, 100 million, sorry, 100,000, and 4.5 million, 7.5 million, and 38.5 million. Another one here, 47.7 million. So they've really hunkered in there for the VCA auctions. So they've got 294 million AXION staked. That gives them 1 billion shares, which is a nice number. They've already got this massive big payday and accrued interest. So they're looking very good, nicely situated, and their investments are 60,400, and plus obviously their liquid amount. So it's a really good example of a shark and what they might expect to return. So all you need is this number here, shares owned, that percentage, and you can get an idea of what they are going to earn. So they're looking at $900 a week. It's pretty handsome. 46,300 is a year, and versus their staked amount. So that's a pretty interesting number there. Tackdown is in the comments, so let's just go to the comments for a second. Look at mine. I have 6 million staked at 5,555 days. Yeah, I'd probably need your address, so we won't do that online. I'll just try and find someone with 6 million, and we'll see there. 6 million. So you got it staked. I guess I can do it on the calculator. Let's do that quickly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go to max share that out. So let's assume that you have 0.0058. Let's do that. So 0.0058. So that's looking at $20 a week at the current price, based on the calculator. So let's quickly do it. 6 million, 5,055 days. Basic shares, longer pays better. Obviously, it's improved because of the 50 billion being paid out. But it says that your actual shares is long pay better. You get 20% per year for staking, so 15 years. That's what you get the big boost from. And obviously, share rates higher now, so basic shares are going down a bit. So that puts you at 0.0058, and that is what we've got here, 0.058. That'd give you $20 per week, $84 per month, and $1,025 per year. And let's have a quick look at, get the calculator out, and 6 million times 0.002, that equals about 1,200 bucks. So that's a very handsome return on investment within that period of time. So pretty cool. Alex K, good to have you here. Alex is our moderator. That one GUI indicated was just monitoring API artifact. I have pending at 50 GUI. That one GUI indicated was just monitoring API artifact. I have pending at 50 GUI and 90 GUI, and that did not get picked up during that period. Okay, good to know, Alex. Thanks for that clarification. So that's referring to this price period where it was weirdly and oddly super low at this stage. So that's where we're talking about as this part of the gas. So it keeps bouncing off its 100. I'm certainly looking for Sunday. I want to be doing a number of transactions on Sunday. Hopefully I'll get a nice reprieve with this gas fees and get them as cheap as possible. So that's what I'm waiting for. And hopefully that will work out that way for me. So let's have a quick look at, so you can do the quick calculate, you can put your AXION in, put the number of days, you can work out the amount of shares that you've got. Obviously you can do that on the staking platform as well, if you've got, but you need a balance to have in there, whereas with the calculator you don't need it, you can just put in the amount, and you can quickly work out 6 million with the share rate, divided by the share rate will give you 5.4, 459 basic shares, and then longer pays better, and we're going to click on that. We'll give you 20% better per year, and so that's why you get such a big amount of shares for that every year. And then total shares is 22 million for Tech Alex K, 100 to 110 is realistic. Yeah, even 90 is stuck. Oh, really, Alex? No, that's not great. You're just waiting for a period where it pumps down back to that 90 mark. So we'll see what happens there. And so yeah, that's excluding the VCAs, excluding the benefit of just the AXION by itself. So I don't believe this spreadsheet's been updated for that, so for the VCA. So that's looking pretty handsome indeed. You get the VCA wrap Bitcoin dividends, which is this calculator sort of indicating what they might be. Obviously, let's be really fun, and we're using this 0034. Let's go back to the calculator. We had 0058, so we're going to do that. 0.0058. Use the 6 million. This is using the 6 million example for Tacktown, and so that's what you can reasonably expect to get at. Well, we'll just increase the price. So let's go 0.0002, current price. But let's say that we took the price all the way up to 1 cent. What might that be? Well, suddenly you're jumping into some pretty big money, 51,000 per year, and that obviously is based on the AXION price. Obviously, if Bitcoin keeps rising, some people have some extremely bullish prices. Some people have completely thrown away the $1 million target for Bitcoin, and are talking like $15 million for Bitcoin. So we'll see where heads goes over time. Obviously, as more big institutions, more billionaires and stuff invest in it, it can get up to some pretty insane values, but we'll actually see where it heads. I'm still confident that over time Bitcoin will get to $1 million, but beyond that, I wouldn't be speculating. So interesting times ahead. There's not many Bitcoin, probably about 30.5 million after losses, Bitcoin that's been lost and stuck in places. So that doesn't make a lot of Bitcoin to have. So it is great that that's wrapped Bitcoin in terms of these dividends is something that's in the AXION mutual fund portfolio offering. So I think it's pretty special, and it's going to be pretty huge, and it's going to really bolster that AXION price, I'm sure. So quiet before the storm, as I say. Current price is 0.0002. Seems like a pretty good buy with VCA pretty not far away at all. So it's going to be interesting to see that. But people do like to buy when the price is higher. This seems to be human nature. So let's buy with the price is higher and make less profit. So that's kind of how it rolls. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. You get people jumping on board when the price is real pumping, even though they could have got it today at 0002, and doubled their bags or whatever the price might lead. So pretty interesting stuff. Let us know if in the chat if you've been staking for 5,555 days. We're going to go back to the AXION today dashboard. We're going to go down to the activity again. We're going to look for somebody else, and let's see if we can find some interesting people that have staked. So we've got lots of these people staking here. Got stake upgrade, stake here, so stake upgrade there again. Let's just keep going until we find something that's interesting. We've got a stake here for 5,055 days. New stake and stake upgrades. People are really using that stake upgrade button to upgrade their existing stakes. Pretty neat. So this was on here as a shark to a whale. This one here looks pretty interesting. So let's check this one out. 19 hours ago, they put another 30 million in there, and let's see what they've got. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is. This one here that I just did. Let me just check that. All right, so this is looking good, this one here. So I'm not sure if this is the one we just looked at. Let me just check this one here. Yeah, so that was the one we just looked at. So this is an even bigger one. So this one here is a whale, and they have 1.4 billion AXION staked, and nothing in the liquid, and they are pretty full on. They have got obviously some pretty awesome accruals when you're up at this big. So we're going to close out that. So they own 1%, 1.01%. So this is what we want to have a look at. So we're going to jump from 0.0058, which is 6 million staked for 15 years, and we're going to jump now to a whale that's got 0.001, and we're going to take away the price again. We're going to put it back to normal. 1, 2, 3, 2, and so a whale, a genuine whale with just over 1% of all the shares. And they have staked 1.4 billion. They are going to be looking to expect, based on these assumptions of the 2 billion weekly AXION auctions, which I believe is going to be, I believe it's either Tuesday and Saturday. I think it is going to be, or Wednesday and Saturday, one of those two. I need to go back and watch Bruce Punky's presentation. Just forgotten which days it is, but I'm pretty sure it was Tuesday and Saturday. So this is what you can expect. So 2 billion times the 2 cents, 0.002 cents is what's going to be up for grabs. And this person has 1.01% of all shares. They can look forward to $3,434 worth of wrapped Bitcoin. The total divs per month, 14,717. And total divs per year, 178,500. And so obviously if things change around, the price goes up, then the VCA auctions may be reduced to align to maximum value, but they're going to try and push the maximum value of the auctions. They did look at the WISE token initial launch phase, which was over 2 months, try and give an indication of what the market might bear. So we'll watch out for that one over time. So yeah, pretty cool. So lucky we found a whale here. Give us 2 extremes. So we had that's what you can look forward to. And obviously, if the price went up to something insane like 1 cent, then they're looking at doing almost 9 million per year based on that logic. And wrapped Bitcoin, obviously, it goes as liquid coin dividends, so it goes to your wallet. And so this whale will be very happy indeed with that. How much have they got invested? 293,000. 294,000, so that would be pretty neat. Let's take it back. 1, 2, 3. So 778,000. So they're looking at doing pretty good returns on that. And that excludes obviously all the accrued AXION that they're getting. So there's multiple divs and obviously altcoins. How that ties in as well. Didn't actually see any update on that. Someone may have seen something in the chat. If you have seen stuff on altcoins, let us know. Hey Andreas, good to see you. How you doing? Hey ya. Good to have you on board, Andreas. Andreas is active community member as well, like everyone else that's been in the chat that I can see there. And I see Andreas often on AXION Today's show making some good comments, asking some good questions. So pretty interesting times indeed. Obviously, we've had a bit of a pullback, probably a healthy correction in the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, and the rest of the market impacted. It was expected. I've been telling people probably a couple of days before it happened that it was had a huge run and that it's probably going to have a correction, and it did pretty much about 48 hours later after I said it. So there we are, folks. That's how it rolls. And I think anyone in crypto that's been in here long enough you kind of get a sixth sense that it was about to have a pullback. So pretty cool. Bodes well for the future. So it's likely to. I'm still very bullish that the price will recover rather than start jagging down. Emigard on Discord as well. Might have seen me in there. Doing good. Discussions about BSC has been a bit feisty lately. Right. So yeah, if you see Andreas on Discord, Emigard, this is his profile name. So pretty cool. So I hope everyone's been enjoying the AXION Today shows. I think they've been extremely good. I mean, I'm not sure where. There's a couple of projects that do some really good updates, but AXION Today is really showing some strong leadership and doing weekly updates, and sometimes a bit more often. So it's pretty awesome. So if you're not on AXION Today or subscribe, go and subscribe on there. You can just type in AXION Today on the in the Google search there and join a board there. But that's been consistently right since the end of last year. Obviously, AXION had at least 3 or 4 setbacks, but this year in 2021, it's been nothing but gold, pure gold from the team. We've just been building from strength to strength all year, and that bodes hugely well for VCA and other initiatives that they've got. Obviously, marketing's coming up as well, and so I'm going to just jump to this overview, just a slight change of topic from the VCA divs, but you can also see the max shares now is at 58.13 billion. So almost 12 million US dollars at the current price. 3,618 stakes are in that 15-year club. So the benefit of doing that is obviously you get all the big share amounts, approximately about 3.7 times more shares. So pretty neat. Now let me just go down to analytics is where I want to go. So analytics allows us to have a look at the wallets, and this is key at the moment for me. So when marketing starts, this is going to change around dramatically, and so getting more people's wallets in place is going to be huge. So this is the key indicator I often pointed out in my daily update videos. I missed yesterday was the first day I actually missed my update. This video here is kind of can be a bit of an update for that, but here we go. One day, let's have a look at the week 88. So we want to get this, in my opinion, we want to get this up to around about 2,000 per week. So that's what we want to do. And the last month has checked that. So we're doing 1,200 in a month. And so we want to get that up to about 8,000 a month so that we can really double them out. Last time I checked on the accounts, we had 14,600. We're probably over 15,000 now, but we really want to get the community up to around the 40 to 50,000 mark within probably. So if we do 3 months at 8,000, that's 24, and with 15, that's 39. So 40,000. That'll get us to 40,000 in 3 months. So that's what we really want to get that. And when the marketing starts, it's going to be all over YouTube and other platforms. So it's going to be pretty epic. So I'm looking for this number to change dramatically, and I'm looking for this daily number to change dramatically. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Watch the space on that one. And obviously with the number of wallets also, there'll be varying liquidity in those wallets. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And obviously attracting, I like the fact that the AXION team's going to be targeting a traditional investment side of the market. So directly competing with banks and investment bank offerings and reaching out to those communities as well as cryptocurrency market as well. But I think you're going to probably see AXION all over the place once the marketing starts, and it's going to be pretty epic. So, doing good. The discussions, yeah, we read that one, didn't we? I was about to double read Andreas's comment there. So let's just jump back to obviously the share rate here. It's about to hit 1.1, so we're almost going to hit 1.1. It started back on dynamic at 1.09, so obviously the earlier you get shares, the better. You get more shares today than you will tomorrow, and so forth. So once again, if you haven't registered your AXION, registered your ETH address for your VCA divs, then you should need to register it. Try and pick a time on the gas chart where it will be lower. So typically Sunday is a good day, Saturday and the weekends, but it does vary a little bit, but typically they are better times. So you can sort of get a loose guide off there. Now there is another site called the ETH gas station that also has recommended gas prices, so you can sort of check that out too. And then obviously there's the AXION calculator, which you can get to via the staking platform. So you can see the link there to this site here, and you can put in the amount of AXION. Maybe you're wanting to buy some more AXION and stake that, or maybe you've got some liquid AXION and you want to work out how many shares that you'll get. Well, you can do it on here, and it will give you the idea of this percentage of pool. You can then come to the calculator, which you can get on the Discord. You can get this on the Discord, Telegram, on the AXION Discord, and you can get that number. So it's pretty easy to pick out. So Andreas, this says plays a big part in the divs. One will earn. Yeah. So remember that the divs are going to be with the wrap Bitcoin. The divs are going to be with AXION as well. And obviously the wrap Bitcoin is going to really incentivize the market to get more AXION and therefore support the price longer term. Obviously we don't want to make any statements about forward future prices, but you can do the logic with that. And then obviously I believe altcoins are going to be in the play as well. And I'm not exactly sure the design or how that's going to be incorporated. But 85% of the auctions will be given back as dividends to the stakers. So, and you need to have your either address registered for existing stakes or register your address for will automatically be registered for future stakes or upgrades, stuff like that you do. So good to know. And a good time to, if you're going to do that, to get try and get your time, your gas prices. You still got a bit more time to do that, but once VCA comes up, you want to get all those divs you can. So it's exciting times ahead. Hopefully this video was helpful in that regard. So just having a little look around at that, and it was pretty neat to be able to find a whale here. So we had this whale here, and let me go to the portfolio. So we found a whale that had 1%, over 1% of the total shares. We found a shark that has a really good bag as well. Has a 0.26 or 1/4%. And then we found a smaller player which had about 30 million, and they had 0.0285%. And then we found, I don't know if this one was about the same size. Then we found a very small one, 1.3, 1.4 million, and they had 0.132%. So let's quickly have a look, do a run through again of what they might have. We've got the price in at the current price. Obviously, if the price goes up dramatically, then so's the income's going to go up dramatically, right? So let's have a look at this. So this is the small player that we found. So if we put 0.00132, we can reasonably expect this person will get about $4.49 per week, $19.23 per month, or $233 per year, based on those assumptions. So that's a pretty good return for that investment. Obviously, I don't know what the cost price of that was, but that's the current market price. And if we jump to the next one, which was going from 1.4 million staked to 29.5 million staked, they had 0.0285%. Obviously, I'm assuming that they may be all staked. In that case, it looks like they are 15.2 years. So they have 0.028. So let's check that out. So if you had close to 30 million AXION staked for 15 years, this is a reasonable expectation based on the wrap Bitcoin and the current price. And so we had 0.285. So 0.0285. So we're going to jump from the small player with 1.4 million to this one, and they're going to end up getting $96.90 per week, 5,000 per year, 415 per month, based on these assumptions. and that obviously doesn't take into impact the rising the inflation of Bitcoin or anything like that after it's been paid as liquid dividends to their account, which has to be registered if they've got existing stakes, or will be automatically registered if they make new stakes, upgrades, etc. So that was that one, and then we got slightly bit bigger. So we jumped from 30 million someone to someone who's a shark. So that other person, if we're back, let's go back to the 30 million. They're a dolphin, and then the first person that we looked at was a fish, just to give you an idea of the categories that they're in. So we're going to look at the shark, and that they got 0.26, remember? So we're going to have a quick look at that. 0.26. Let's get the app. They got 228, and that would give them. Let's have a look. I think that's updated. Let me have a quick check of that. Yeah. So 0.28. So they're going to get $891 or $892 per week. Is wrapped Bitcoin. Total does per month 3,800, and total does per year 46,400. So that's them. And then finally we had the big whale, which was lucky we found these. We did a bit of hunting, played our way, and this person has a massive 1.01%, which I'm sure we'd all love to have that percentage, and good luck to them. So we put 001 in there. They're looking at $3,400 per week, $14,700 per month, which is pretty handsome. Total does of 178,000. Obviously, if the price goes to even double the price, which is quite a reasonable assessment, then they're jumping suddenly. They're jumping up to 357,000 per year, 6,800 per week. So pretty interesting stuff. Hopefully that was quite helpful. So let's. Andres got a bit of a comment on there. Yeah, but I wonder how quickly my share percentage will go down with time. Like how much would I need to DCA that DCA dollar cost average in a month in order to retain my share percentage? Yeah, obviously as more people stake, then it's going to go down slightly. But I think it's really hard to tell, Andres, how many people. Obviously, we had the max share campaign, and let's see how many shares that we added. Let's go back to that briefly. What was that on the overview? So let's jump to the overview. So we now have 384.4 billion shares. Now, when we started the max share, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I used to say this off by hand, but pretty sure we had about 240 billion. So we're up about 100. We're up about 150 billion. So I think that the slowdown. I think obviously people will stake more to get the wrap bit divs. That's definitely going to happen. This will definitely go up. But I think with the share rate rising, that it will go up at a far slower rate after the big campaign, the max shares. So I think that obviously there'll be some dilution, but I think it will be modest, is the way I'd put it. Um, so hopefully that gives some guide to that. You can always use your percentage against this, and you can say, well, if it goes to 400 billion, sorry, shares, and that would give you, an indication of what your dilution would be of the wrap divs. And then we are at 58 billion here. So I think the next target we've got that Punky had was 80 billion. So if we do get to that, that would be quite something. That's the amount of AXION stake, by the way, not the shares. So the shares will go up about 3.7 to 1 on that. So let's assume we get to that. So 60, let's say we get another 22 billion times 3.7. Let's say we get another 81 billion shares on top of that. So divided by 385, that would be 21% dilution. So I mean that's significant. So if it does get to that, that is a significant dilution, but not the end of the world. Andres is right, makes sense. Well, if a Brazilian people start buying shares, it will go fast, but if not, it should be fine. Yeah, like I said to you, I think if we do get the 80 billion, then we're looking at about 20%. Alex K says it's ETH higher price or more dividends win-win. Agreed. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Alex always comes out with some cool little cool insights. So yeah. I see from our current position, I just see win-win at the moment. I just see win-win, and if we see the price is sitting at 0.0002, we know that it's typically it's bounced off 0.001. Remember, so we've seen that it just bounces off, boom, boom, boom. We've seen that. So let me just pull up the AXION price chart while we're here and have a quick look at that price analysis. So welcome to the chat. If you're new to the chat, see that we're just got a few more people on there, so it's good to have you here. And we're just looking at how much wrapped Bitcoin dividends can you earn in the upcoming AXION venture capital auctions. Obviously, the spreadsheet that we've been using is subject to the movement in the variables, but we've started off with the known facts that we have a 2 billion AXION per week, and the current price is 0.002. And you just have to put your percentage in and gives you an estimate of that. So, and the spreadsheet's from the AXION Discord, so you can find it on there. Just ask for it on there if you want to get hold of that. So let's have a quick look at the price and let's have a see where we have been. So I'm going to look at the daily chart. So here's the daily chart. So we've had the new token the 17th of December, and we can see that the lowest we have is at 0.001, which is where I said. So this is where I was mentioning this sort of 0.001 mark. Oh, that's a bit low, but 0.001 there, and here we are sitting comfortably. We've been sitting comfortably at this 0.002 mark many times. We've got a pretty decent support there. I mean, if you think about it, we keep bouncing off it. We obviously break through slightly, but we keep bouncing off it. And here we've got the biggest event in AXION history about to come up with the venture capital auctions. So it seems like for me, seems to me a pretty easy thing. We've also had the Ethereum pullback. So Ethereum, if you think that it's going to keep rebound and keep going up to a new high, then it's all good for that. And in any case, I think that AXION is going to do its own thing at some stage with the venture capital auctions. Especially when it's going to be more linked. I'll put the arrow the wrong way around there. That's not great. Especially if we are more linking ourselves, crossing over from Ethereum into wrapped Bitcoin. When you start adding Bitcoin in there, you sort of got adding a bit more Bitcoin fate to your price. So it's going to be pretty interesting. But we're going to have AXION, Bitcoin, and altcoins as dividends. Makes for a diverse portfolio, and I think it only helps AXION over time. I often post, well, not often, daily I post, except for yesterday, updates on the auctions on publish.ox, and typically get between 250 and 550 views on that. So there's a nice, good following of the auctions on there, and I think once the VCA comes out, it's only going to get better. And then with all the marketing, it's going to be pretty huge. AXION's name's going to be everywhere. I don't see many cryptos that are actually actively going out marketing on a monthly basis. And with the venture capital auctions with wrapped Bitcoin, it's really adding some real tangible economic energy to AXION, and will certainly separate it from a lot of, if not the majority of crypto projects out there. And obviously, basically we're starting the next 10 years of crypto. Still early adoption, and but adoption does take time, but it's certainly starting to ramp up now, especially when you've got, once prices rocket like Bitcoin has up to, was it 58,000, Ethereum just up to 2,000, then you really start to attract more capital. So when you get a breather like this, there's a good chance that we may have had a step change. It's going to be interesting to watch this one. The price pattern does seem to be different from the 2018 one and 2017-18, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out this time with the price chart. Obviously markets don't always move up in a straight line, so that's why I was expecting a pullback after we had a huge run up from March last year, where we had the bottom. Remember, ETH got down to I think it even had as low as $85. It was definitely around $105, $106. I think it might have spiked down to 85, and here we're back up. We just rocketed up from that amount, so let's say $100 up to $2,000 within basically a year. So it just shows you that was overheated, and a healthy pullback's good. Obviously, we had some real different things happen. We're like Elon Musk, the richest, pretty much the richest guy in the world now. Obviously, they move around every week, but he very bullish on the crypto. That really changes things. Obviously, we had a lot of other billionaires moving into crypto. We've got obviously institutions moving into crypto, getting maybe 1%, 2%, just starting to tip their toes in there. And obviously, with Bitcoin in particular, it's limited. There's only, like I say, 30.5 million of them. Is a lot of them have been lost, so they estimate about 4 million, and there's only about 3 million or so left to be mined, right, over a long period of time. So if anyone's seen those Bitcoin charts of emissions, you'll see that it's the curve. There's a lot less Bitcoins coming out, so it's going to be interesting. I think Ethereum is the main game. Obviously, Ethereum has to get to ETH 2.0 to get the fees down. It's certainly not efficient having gas fees between 100 Gwei and 500 Gwei. I don't care who you are, that's still not that efficient. And so we're all looking forward to sharding and the final dock of ETH 1.0 with ETH 2.0. How far away is that? Well, we think that we've got sharding potentially with the fork coming up in the second half of this year, so we'll just keep watching. They do have weekly updates for the ETH dev team, so if you want to follow along with the technicals, you can follow along with that a bit, or just read some articles that people write about it. So I did do a video on the gas fees and linked to some of the really good bloggers that commentate on that. One of them was in the team, so it gives very good updates that are very easy to understand. So you can follow those as well. Just check that out on the channel. So we did a live stream on gas fees. So Andreas in the comments, AXION is going to allow people to dollar cost average into BTC. Absolutely. So I mean, if BTC, so we're talking about the prices today, and if BTC eventually goes to $1 million, and you just, the idea is you just hold BTC, right? There's not much of it, and over a million day, over even over 5 years or whatever it might be that it takes to get to $1 million, you just hold it and let it do its thing. Great retirement program with epic returns, and everyone's going to be after a limited amount of Bitcoin. Just seems a no-brainer. So can you do the math on my 685 million shares? I need to know how much Bitcoin we're getting. And then you got some little evil faces. That's cute. All right, so let's have a quick look at that. 685 million shares. Let's jump to that. So here's our total shares there. So we'll just do the plain math. There's other ways of doing it, but we'll do 685 million. I'm doing this on a calculator. 1, 2, 3. So 685 million divided by 384, 359, 294,068. That's the total amount of shares. That equals 0.00178 based on this. That doesn't seem quite right there, does it? Let me have a look at the, let's go back up to our profile again. So let's say that gives you 0.195. So we'll put that in 0.195 based on 685 million shares. That would give you $729 per week. Total does per month 3,000, and total does per year 38,000 based on the price of well, I don't know how that updated, but 1, 2, 3. That price. So there it is, an update. $663, 284, 2,841 per month, 34,500 per year.
So that's assuming that you own 660, what did we say, 685 million shares. So that's 6.85 times this amount here that this person's got. So hopefully that gives you a good idea. Andreas, the drip 337, the calculator has a 0.001 factor to percentage. Coded it into it, so whatever number you got, put that in times 100. That's not terrible. Well, 337 guy. Nah, it's not too bad. Well, onwards and upwards. I'm going to do that. My what did I have on that? It was this overview, wasn't it? So hope everyone's having a good time. Discord's been pretty good. I think it's been pretty active. I put the number in there. That's close enough. 0.178. All right, so I think that's how long we've been on here, 55 minutes, so we might wrap up in another couple of minutes, and hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. It's been a while since it's been on, and it's a little overcast here, so hoping it brightens up your day wherever you are. But that Max Share Club, pretty cool, 58 billion, the Max Share Club, and I think this is truly the quiet before the storm. And by the way, people like to buy prices when they get higher, so good luck to them on that one. I see the price is at 0.000198. That looks pretty attractive to me. If we go to this chart here, looks like pretty good buying times. Is it going to spike down in here? Possibly, but I think that it's pretty much looks like it's holding to me, and that's what I'm expecting here once the VCA comes out. So whenever, let's see what the March, so let's say mid-March or something, it's definitely going to be ramping up. I know that testing's been underway. People are testing it out, particularly people with a reasonable amount of experience. So hopefully that's going good too. Once again, we've got the calculator here. You can get this on Discord. You can get the AXION Today dashboard that's typically in the video descriptions that I post. And you can, I'm not sure how many people on this one, you're not sure. And with the, obviously you can go to the AXION page to get the AXION calc, and the AXION calc is this one here, and that can work out what your share percentage is if you're wanting to buy some or stake your existing AXION. Obviously there's the gas prices you can get hold of as well. You can get that on Discord also. Just type in exclamation gas, and obviously you can go to Dex Tools and check out the AXION price. So there's all the information there that can help you make decisions for yourself. Andreas says, see you mate, nice video. Testing by the way has produced no bugs, that's very cool. And I see that they have a bug bounty program for the new directors stuff, so it looks pretty good. I think there's 10 million AXION up for grabs for that. Going really well. That's awesome news. Thanks, Andreas. Appreciate that, and have a good day. We'll catch you in the next one. And yeah, I'm just watching this price here doing its thing. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. See just a little bit of pullback there. And where did it go up to? 000231. So I think these prices are going to look cheap pretty shortly. I think people are going to get one of those classic crypto run-ups. It's going to be pretty fun. We'll see. I typically like it when prices just staircase up. It just makes it a lot more stable. But typically in AXION we have so far we have these sharp increases here. You can see on the daily massive increases, then pullback, massive increase, just moving sideways. But we've got nice support here at 0002. So it's all calm on the AXION front, as it were, and it will blow back up. So I think our record price
back last year was it 0007.8, I think, something like no 000723 or something like that. I think was the higher price. We'll probably see that on the CoinGecko. It's probably got the historic price on there. So yeah, folks, we've got 10 people watching, and welcome to all the new people. Obviously, you can go back and watch some of the spreadsheet stuff that we did on how much wrapped Bitcoin dividends you can earn in the upcoming AXION venture capital auctions. Obviously, it's indicative. Variables are subject to change, but it does give you a fair idea based on the calculator. And you can get that calculator on Discord, and I'm sure everyone will help you there to get it. So we've been 60 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up right now. Thanks for everybody for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Obviously, I'll do my end of day video tonight. I did miss yesterday's one. For this, the first one I've missed, so bit of a shame on me on that one, but I'll catch you on. I had some recording issues, that's what's been causing the trouble there. But I will catch you tonight in tonight's closing auction video, and I'll catch you then. Thanks for watching, everyone. Onwards and upwards for AXION. Oh yeah, thanks Alex, much appreciated again, and hope you're relaxing and earning those cool AXION divs. They just keep coming in, it's quite nice. Alright, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.